Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ Live here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Aaron Rift. We are coming off WWE Smackdown Live, which was at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. If you would like a in-person perspective on the show, make sure you guys follow Jeff Meacham at _Jeff Meacham. Check out his thoughts on the show. He was there. Dylan was there, Jeff's son, getting to watch his very first SmackDown Live in person. And what a show for them to see. John Cena versus AJ Styles in the main event of this week's SmackDown Live. The big question now is what is going to happen at Fastlane. Let's go ahead and break down the show. By the way, I have the headphones on because I'm watching the Mixed Match Challenge. I'm watching this match because Asuka and The Miz were my picks to win the entire series. I'm curious to see what happens in this match. I feel they will in fact defeat Sasha Banks and Finn Balor, but we'll see what happens. I will be giving my live reaction to the match as it is in progress here. Now, let's talk about SmackDown. I may interrupt the video to discuss the Mixed Match Challenge, interrupt the SmackDown review. The show opened up, of course, with John Cena coming out saying he wants to be in the WWE title match at Fastlane. We had Shane McMahon come out. Then we had Daniel Bryan come out, and then I think it was Bryan that said if Cena defeated AJ Styles in the main event, Cena would be the 6th person added to the Fastlane WWE title match. I have mixed feelings about the segment. If I'm AJ Styles, I would actually come out there and say something about this, and I think the GM, Daniel Bryan, the commissioner, Shane McMahon, they should be saying, you know what, it's not our call. AJ Styles, it's unfair to him to have another person added to the match. It should be AJ Styles saying, you know what, Cena, if you could beat me tonight, you could be part of the match. So I think that was a little misstep there. Braden says, will you have Jeff call in? If Jeff Meacham is listening to this right now, Jeff, call me on Skype, and I'll get you on to get your thoughts on the show. Anyways, back to SmackDown Live. John Cena did get added to the Fastlane main event by defeating AJ Styles. Your typical Cena-Styles match. John Cena hitting the AA and somebody kicking out of it is now so frequent and so commonplace that it happened during the commercial break. They showed the footage during the commercial of AJ Styles kicking out of the AA. Now, I guess the big story here in this match was that John Cena was about to get counted out. But AJ Styles was like, no, I refuse to take a count-out victory. And then AJ Styles got AA'd through the announce table. And then Cena won with another AA to Styles to advance to the Fastlane main event. Hired Help says the AA is the new sleeper hold, I guess in terms of its overall effectiveness. By the way, guys, cheap plug. You still have time. 20% off all NoDQ.com t-shirts. I got Wrestling Trivia Challenge. We got the NoDQ and NoDQ panel t-shirts in the background. You can get a Virtue t-shirt. Oops, I said the V word, but it's still up there. I'm still going to make money off of his name, even though he's suspended. That's how much of a jerk I am. So head over to ProWrestlingTees.com. Use the code NEWSITE. You have until 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific time, Wednesday morning to grab those shirts with that 20% off deal. And another announcement. Actually, I'll get to another announcement about NoDQ merch in just a minute here. Let's talk about the rest of SmackDown Live. So what do you guys think about John Cena being added to Fastlane? I feel at the very least this makes the match a little more unpredictable. I still expect Cena to retain, or excuse me, AJ Styles to retain the WWE title. Some people are wondering, will The Undertaker show up? I don't think he will. I think AJ will retain the title. Cena will come out on Raw the next night very distraught and upset and saying, I guess there's no WrestleMania for John Cena. And then bam, the lights go out. Undertaker comes out and they set up a match, whether it's career versus career. That remains to be seen. But that's what I'm thinking will happen. I don't think we're going to see Undertaker cost Cena. There's really no need. I mean, Cena can lose the match without actually taking the fall. AJ can pin Ziggler. He can pin Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. You could even have it where Cena has the match won, but, you know, somebody else gets involved and Cena gets screwed or whatever. Cena dominates the match but still doesn't win it. There's a lot of ways WWE can do it to where you feel sympathetic towards Cena, I guess. Anyways, let's move on here. And the end of SmackDown Live, we saw Baron Corbin come out, and there was a match earlier on the show, Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens on commentary. We had Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan watching backstage. You had Shane McMahon eating popcorn. So I guess he's doing his Dean Ambrose impression now with the popcorn, watching the monitor. Daniel Bryan ended up leaving the building to go spend time with his wife and Birdie and whatever. That was that. We had Dolph Ziggler interfere in the match with Corbin and Zayn, leading to Corbin picking up the win. By the way, we got a super chat donation here by Mershaw. What's better, being unpredictable or doing the right? That's a great question. I mean, I think unpredictability is a good thing, but sometimes it doesn't make any sense. What you really want is for something like a storyline to have a little bit of unpredictability where there's twists and turns that you don't see coming, yet it still makes sense to the overall story. The problem is, in wrestling, a lot of times it's either too predictable or there's a swerve just for the sake of doing swerves. Braden said it very well. WCW unpredictability is not what you want. And as much as I like Vince Russo, having every guy turn on DDP month after month, at the Spring Stampede pay-per-view, it was Kimberly. Then the next month, it was Canyon. Then it was Mike Awesome. One after another, all these guys turned against DDP, and the swerve stopped being a swerve when it happened every single month. Jesse just left a $5 super chat donation. Thanks for the videos. They keep me entertained during my drive to work. I download them and listen. Well, thank you very much, Jesse. I appreciate your viewership, and feel free to pick up a NoDQ.com t-shirt. By the way, another cheap plug. NoDQ beach balls are on the way. Yes, NoDQ beach balls are in production. I'm also working on getting more action figure belts made for NoDQ.com. Some of you might remember I had some 12 years ago. I'm working on getting some new ones made with the new logo. So stay tuned for some more NoDQ merch coming soon to the internet, Twitter, Facebook, and all that good stuff. Back to Mixed Match Challenge. Chris May says, trying to advertise you on the Mixed Match Challenge. I guess in the chat room, he's plugging NoDQ Live. So thank you for that, Chris Mace. I appreciate it. TK just left a $2 super chat donation. Owens versus Graves for commentary position. Well, Corey Graves, unfortunately, cannot get in the ring. But I did like the little back and forth they had on SmackDown this week on commentary. So back to that match. Dolph Ziggler ended up costing Zayn the match, and then Ziggler attacked Corbin. And then at the end of the show, you had those guys running out again in a big brawl. Cool Hand Dylan says, Corey Graves' new hairdo looks dumb as hell. Well, I mean, he's copying Pink. I think of Pink, the singer, with that hairstyle. So I guess Corey Graves is a big Pink fan. I have no idea. Or maybe that's just what's trendy in Hollywood, and you know, Corey Graves is a very trendy guy. He's got those cool tattoos. He's got the hair. I mean, Corey Graves is a very well-kept man. So he knows his style. What else can I say? If I could rock that hair, I would probably even have that hair. Actually, I don't think I would, because I'm not interested in trying to impress anybody with fancy hair, but whatever. Anthony says Dolph is turning face again. I don't know about that. The thing about Dolph Ziggler is what's going on with this guy? Why does he still have that record scratching at the beginning of his music? Why is he still doing that now? Why not change something up? I have no idea. I just don't get it. Kayfabe Candy Ass says my hair is better. It is Kayfabe Candy Ass. I have to say, with all due respect to the rest of my no DQ compadres, I have to say, Kayfabe Candy Ass has the best hairstyle on no DQ's team. Best hairstyle in the no DQ galaxy. Kayfabe Candy Ass gets that distinction. I'm losing my hair, so I do not qualify for that. Jeff lost his hair like a decade ago, so he definitely doesn't qualify for that. I guess tonight, the former member of No DQ for now, he's still a member, but he's suspended. I guess he's going to say something about my situation on his Facebook page in a little bit. Chat Site Forums just left a $2 super chat donation. Instead of heel Cena, we get crybaby Cena. Well, there you go. You know, at least Cena looked at that WrestleMania sign when he was in the calf crush and was like, I got to get to WrestleMania, and somehow pulled it off. Chris Moreira's left a 99-cent super chat donation. Ooh, wow, near fall there. Blue Balor hit the coup de grace on Miz. Wait a minute. Bank statement on Asuka. Will Asuka streak end? I guess that's why I'm interested in the match. Oh, wow. Balor has the bank statement on Miz. So there's double bank statement right now. Interesting. So I'm assuming if Asuka loses this match... oh, wait a minute. She's got the Asuka lock on. And Balor has the... wait, now Balor... Oh, wait. Miz just rolled up Balor and it's over. Miz won. Balor was distracted by the Asuka lock on Sasha. And Miz took advantage of it and rolled up Balor and picked up the win. So there you go. My team is still in it. Asuka's streak is intact. I think it's got to be Miz and Asuka winning the whole thing, because if she loses, doesn't that technically mean her streak is over? I know some people are saying she lost a match in NXT or it's a tag team match, so it doesn't count. But the way I see it, it counts. It's the main roster, and a tag team match is still in the record book, counts as a win, counts as a loss. I guess you could say she was never pinned, but it still counts as a loss on her record, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, you could just say she's never lost a singles match, but saying she's undefeated, I think, would be a bit of a stretch. Anyways, that's it for Mixed Match Challenge. Let me go ahead and take off the earbuds, and let's get back to SmackDown Live. There's a few other things to discuss. Lots of Rusev chant days on this show. They were chanting it during the opening segment. Shane McMahon basically ignored it. Adrian just left a $5 super chat donation. Do you see Braun Strowman being added to the Reigns-Lesnar match? €5 donation. Oh, it's euros, so I don't know. That must be like, what, like $3 US? I'm not sure. Adrian, I will discuss that in a few minutes. Please remind me, because I don't want to go too off track here. I want to focus on finishing up the SmackDown review and then go back to that. Keep in mind, guys, I like to try and stay on topic here, but I will address the possibility for WrestleMania with that match. So Shane McMahon basically ignored the Rusev Day chants. Rusev did, in fact, have a match on this show. Actually, no, he didn't. He was just on the show. It was Aiden English that had a match with Shin, a.k.a. Shinsuke Nakamura. Rusev was at ringside. Of course, Nakamura picked up the win. I have to say, I feel bad for Aiden English. The guy sang an incredible song tonight. He was awesome. But the crowd just chants for Rusev. Where's the love for Aiden English? It bums me out, man. I mean, Aiden English should be getting some chants and getting some t-shirts and love. Aiden English, I think, has been a big factor. I mean, Rusev's great. So people were looking for a reason to chant for Rusev and cheer for him. But I really feel like Aiden English got that gimmick over, that phrase, Rusev Day. Wonky23 just left a $1 super chat donation. Thank you for that, Wonky. Much appreciated. Chris May says Aiden English should win the U.S. title. Well, he's going to have to get in line because Randy Orton is facing... Oh, yeah. Randy Orton's facing Bob Roode, but I'll get to that in a second here. The bouncing Rusev head returned. I'm not a fan of that. You guys know, if you've watched the videos over the last few weeks, I'm not a fan of the production when it's live like that with the text on the screen. If they're going to do it for the backstage pre-taped promos, fine, but doing it live just makes the whole thing look fake. I mean, it is fake, but there's something called suspension of disbelief that I'm not a, that's something I want, and I don't like when they just do this when it makes it obviously staged. Just my opinion, though. Yeah, bouncing Rusev head is funny. Do a pre-tape with that. Don't do it when he's doing a live promo / song. Kevin Dunn did this for texting. NoDQ Virtue says more like suspended in disbelief. Nicely played, sir. Enjoy your suspension. Go take a vacation somewhere. NoDQ review will continue, guys, by the way. Quick note. The NoDQ review will go on as scheduled this week. Virtue will not be on it. He is suspended, but Jexy will be there. Hopefully Big Vito will be there. Big Vito's pretty upset about the whole situation, but hopefully he will be there, and we will have another guest to fill the void for Virtue being suspended. Yeah, guys, I sold my friend out for $100 in case you guys missed it on NoDQ Live last week. Somebody said if Virtue, if they donated $100, could Virtue be suspended for 2 months? And like an idiot, I said yeah, because I thought there's no way somebody's donating me $100. But he did. He did it, and Virtue is suspended. And on this week's edition of the NoDQ Review, there will be a new person to substitute for Virtue. So stay tuned for that. I sold my friend out for $100. That is all you need to know about me. I am pathetic. Anyways, back to SmackDown Live. We had a women's match. We had Ruby Riott defeating Naomi. So it's 2 down, 1 to go. I still think Ruby Riott is going to lose at Fastlane to Charlotte Flair, and that'll be that. That'll be it for her push. Broken Rupert says only 100. Yeah, I should have done more. In hindsight, I should have done like 500. That way it would have been something. But you know what? $100 is a lot of money. I'm not going to pretend it's nothing. $100 is amazing. Thank you so much to Alex for sending that Super Chat donation, by the way. Nicholas Easy says the SmackDown Women's Division is boring. Dapster says if someone donates $500, can we delete Virtue and make him completely obsolete? Wow, there you go. Hot Wheels 84 says the views will suffer with no Virtue and Vito. Yeah, I mean, I think the channel is going to be dead without those guys, All that's left is just me and Jexy and Jeff, and Interstate Kyle and PA and Sensation, and Kayfabe Candy Ass. But other than that, NoDQ is pretty much dead. NoDQ Virtue says, I'm such a draw on both ends of the spectrum. There you go. The official AC says WWE is making me miserable. Well, it's making all of us miserable, and it has been for a while. But for some reason, we all keep enduring the pain. I guess pain is better than feeling nothing at all. What else can I say? It's the Costanza says Aaron is getting Baron Corbin hair. Yeah, I've been getting Baron Corbin hair for a while now, so it is what it is. It's life. What else happened on SmackDown Live? I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I did not mention. I do want to note, there is a pre-sale code for Survivor Series. Kayfabe Candy S, yeah, I referenced a 3 Days Grace song with that line. I like to try and reference random songs whenever I can. There was something I referenced, I think, a week ago, and somebody actually caught it and knew what it was. Oh, it was The Pot by Tool. I said he must have been high during the predictions video for Elimination Chamber. So I like it when people get the song references every once in a while. Most of the time, it just goes right through everybody's head. Mike Nixon says 500 to suspend me. You're going to need a lot more than that to suspend me. If you guys want to pay me something with a lot more zeros, then I'll gladly take a vacation, you know? But it's going to take a lot more zeros than that to make up for me not working on the site. Virtue says Randy Orton looked old tonight. Well, he looks like a dad. I mean, it is what it is. Back to what I was saying about the pre-sale code, by the way. It is LA VIP. So come join the NoDQ panel. Join the team at Survivor Series. We will be celebrating NoDQ's 20-year anniversary in Los Angeles. And we're going to have a big meetup. It's going to be a lot of fun. So grab your tickets. Get your tickets. AXS.com. The pre-sale code is LAVIP. I don't think the tickets are on sale yet, but they should be very soon. And I'm sure I'll be tweeting something out when the tickets are available for the people with the pre-sale code. They're also doing package deals where you can get all 4 nights, but I think I'm just going to do NXT and Survivor Series and not bother with SmackDown and Raw. Unless, for some reason, Raw completely, WWE just creatively enters a new renaissance between now and then. Otherwise, I see myself doing it. Virtue says, who wants to walk with Virtue in Los Angeles? I'm not sure Virtue can afford to come to LA. I don't know if he's got the funds to do it. I mean, maybe he does. He has a pretty good job, but I don't know, man. I mean, it takes some money to make that trip to LA, you know, from Ohio. We'll see. Virtue's definitely invited. His suspension will be up by then. He can gladly come down for that event. Riot Squad needs a new theme song. Yes, I agree 100%. That theme song, for a heel faction, it's just way too preppy. I don't know. It's too happy-go-lucky. They need something darker or something heelish if they're going to be heels. I don't know. The whole thing gets on my nerves. It makes me miserable. The official AC says if Ruby wins, re-Riot. Well, I don't think you have too much to worry about. I think it's highly unlikely that Charlotte loses the women's title to Ruby right before WrestleMania. My guess is it'll be Charlotte versus Becky or Charlotte versus Asuka at WrestleMania. Oh, Usos and New Day segment from Sin CK. That was the one I was trying to remember. That was probably the best segment on the show, and I'm forgetting about it. That was a great promo. It was so good, the Usos were so good that at first the crowd was doing the what chants, but then they were just completely killing it to the point where the fans just gave them a standing ovation. I mean, it was really remarkable how the quality of the mic work got the fans to stop doing the what chants. New Day, they did their usual shtick with the pancakes. Today is National Pancake Day, so who's surprised by that? But I will say Big E did get serious at the end of the promo, and it was pretty good. But still, the Usos just tore it up. It's amazing how good those guys have gotten. I mean, they've always been good in the ring, but now they've really found themselves on the mic, and I think they're the best act in WWE right now. You know, they got all the attributes. They got a great look. You know, they're hip and cool with modern society. They got their tattoos. They got their hat. They got their clothes. These guys are pimping. They're looking fly, whatever the terminology is for the cool people. They got it. They're awesome. They're a great act in WWE. They got swag. That was the word I was looking for. They got swag. They're the guys that the women want to be with and the men want to be. And that's a formula for money. That's how you print money with guys like that. So the Usos, they're winners in life and they're great entertainers. So hats off to them. If I had a hat, I would tip my hat to those guys. Yeah, the Samoan family killed it on the mic this week, I gotta say. Roman Reigns did a great job, and we need to see more of that. We need to see Roman Reigns, like the Usos, get an edge. The Usos were doing all the lame, kid-friendly stuff for a while, and then they got an edge. And look at them now. If Roman Reigns could only do the same thing, the guy actually could be the face of the company and everybody could be behind the guy. Sidelined. I mean, awesome promo. Great stuff from those guys. They were scared of the Bludgeon Brothers, though, although you have to keep in mind those guys had those big, massive mallets, those foam mallets, and that stuff is very scary. So Usos and New Day, even though it was 5-2, when you got those guys with the big, massive, throbbing foam mallets, you got to take a powder and take a back seat to those guys. Anyways, oh, speaking of the Bludgeon Brothers, I wanted to mention the beginning of the show, we got a nice botch, just like Raw with that cameraman who was blocking the view of the hard camera. You had John Cena come out and it said the Bludgeon Brothers on the screen. So maybe John Cena, that would have been funny actually if John Cena tried to become the third Bludgeon Brother member to get a spot at WrestleMania. That's when you know Cena's really desperate, when he has to work with those guys. Brandon said he missed it. Go check out NoDQ's Twitter. I retweeted a screenshot from WrestleVotes. He posted a screenshot of it, so check it out. Also, I did Cat Inception on NoDQ's Twitter, in case you guys missed that. You guys got to follow me. If you're not following me on Twitter, first of all, you got to follow me at Aaron Rift, my personal account. But follow the NoDQ Twitter account at NoDQ, DOTCOM. Check out the Cat Inception pictures I posted earlier today. There was, in fact, a cat inside of a cat inside of a cat inside of a cat. Go check it out, twitter.com/NoDQ, DOTCOM. Now, is there anything else I need to mention from SmackDown? I think I pretty much covered everything from the show. I do need to address the Super Chat question from earlier. Now that we're done with SmackDown, let's talk about WrestleMania and the Universal title match. So, Braun Strowman, will he be added to that match as a triple threat? Let me just say this right now, and I will talk about this more on NoDQ video coming up. Got some Q&A questions. I will talk more in depth about this, but I think it's a good idea. I don't know what else you do with Braun Strowman at this point. He should have some kind of significant role at WrestleMania. But I will say I am intrigued in this Reigns and Lesnar storyline now. And yes, it is a storyline. And I think the fact that people are questioning it and, you know, there's reports out that people don't know what's going on here, I don't buy that it's a shoot at all. This is WWE doing a really good job of convincing people that Brock Lesnar is unhappy and he wants to go back to UFC. And WWE, the goal of this is to get Roman Reigns over with the fans, get the fans cheering for him. WWE's doing everything possible to make it happen. They're like John Cena, they're not giving up. And what better way to get people behind Reigns than to portray his opponent as a guy who's not loyal to the company, who doesn't care about the fans, who's walking out and all that stuff. And WWE's playing up on it. You know, WrestleMania 20, what happened? People knew Lesnar was leaving. They booed him out of the building. WWE's banking on that. They're hoping that works this year. And, you know, it's a work shoot. It's based off of real life, but come on, guys. This is very obviously WWE working everybody, and it's working. The work is working because people are talking about it. They're wondering what's going on here. Is Lesnar really going to leave? I will talk about this more on NoDQ video because I actually do have some ideas for what WWE could do. I would love to see Brock Lesnar no-show the go-home edition of Raw and then have Vince give a statement stating that Brock Lesnar is still under contract, and if he does not appear at WrestleMania, he will be immediately stripped of the title and legal action will be taken against him. Just to add more intrigue, something different, you know, rather than the tug of war that we got 3 years ago. Play up on reality. Have Brock Lesnar no-show the go-home episode of Raw before WrestleMania and have Vince do a serious statement and mention that he's going to sue Brock Lesnar if Lesnar doesn't show up. That is something I would like. I think it would be very interesting. And keep in mind, this is the network era. So it's not like WWE has to worry about the buy rate being low because an advertised match might not happen. They couldn't do this in 2013 because people want to see the match, and if they don't think they're going to see the match, they won't buy the pay-per-view. Now it doesn't matter. Everyone that's subscribed to the network is going to be watching WrestleMania. It's only $10. There's free trials. There's all these other circumstances. You can do an angle where the match might not happen at WrestleMania and create that intrigue. Will the people get the match or not? And if it does happen, what's going to happen? So that is something I would like to see and shake things up a little bit in WWE instead of just following the formula. That's my take on it. I will talk more about this. By the way, guys, if you're not subscribed already, go on youtube.com/AaronRiff NoDQ and subscribe. And click on that notification button. There's a bell symbol. Click on that so you guys can get the latest updates as they become available. So anyways, that will wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ Live. I did not hear from Jeff, but I'm sure he will be doing Talk Wrestling. He'll be giving his thoughts on the show. Follow him at _Jeff Meacham. Thank you all for your support and tuning in. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com this week. Got more content, NoDQ video coming up, Wrestling Trivia Challenge, the NoDQ review coming up, NoDQ beach balls are in production. Great time here. And buy your Survivor Series tickets, AXS.com, LAVIP. Get the tickets. And on that note, I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.